For many, baseball is a break from life. But for Coach Giaquinto, it's the next chapter in the journey of a local legend. You started back as a Connecticut native, and then your football career kind of took off in college. And what happened between the University of Bridgeport and UConn?
Well, University of Bridgeport had a tremendous Division III baseball program back then, and I went there, and I lived in Stratford, and it was very convenient. They recruited me, and I grew up watching them play, so I was excited to go there. But after my sophomore year, they dropped the program, so I transferred to UConn.
After college, Giaquinto faced something all athletes fear: getting cut. Before his Super Bowl days with the Redskins, he was cut by the Giants, the Jets, and the Dolphins, before latching on with Miami in 1980. To experience that rejection over and over again, what was the biggest thing that kept you going?
I went at it with a real positive attitude, like I'm going to give it my best shot, and I'm going to keep trying. And so if it does work or if it doesn't work, I could walk away with just being satisfied with what I did. And I was just fortunate, very fortunate and lucky that it worked, and that Don Shula had the courage as a coach to take a guy from UConn who had been cut a few times. So I give him all the credit in the world.
What were some of your favorite, or if not your number one favorite, memory of playing in the NFL?
Team-wise, of course, is winning that Super Bowl and being in the locker room after that game. So as a team and as an individual who's played football, that's what you dream about from when you're a kid. Individually, a couple plays stick out. One being catching a touchdown pass from Bob Greasy in his final game, and playing with a guy like him. It was kind of wild because it was his last year, and I was a rookie, and I remember being in the huddle, and he would be, and you study all these plays and you know them, you run them, but he would make adjustments in the huddle. He'd say, instead of running the corner here, run the hook or run the post or something like that. So it was pretty neat being with him. So that was a highlight. But playing with the Redskins, with Joe Theismann and Art Monk and Darrell Green and John Riggins, and the Hogs and all those guys was definitely very exciting. I had against Green Bay, I had a couple receptions up the sidelines, a couple 35, 40-yard receptions, where usually I was doing a short pattern. But Gibbs saw some certain matchup where they thought they could get me deep a couple times, and they did.
You get hired as the baseball coach at Sacred Heart. How did that come about?
As I got my master's in education, I was coaching at George Mason for 2 years. We went to the regionals, Division I regionals, my second year there. And I learned a ton from Billy Brown and from that experience. So Jack Cavance, the AD, I was looking for a head job. The Sacred Heart job opened up, and Jack called Dave Bike, who was then the athletic director, and said, hey, take a look at Nick's resume. And then Dave hired me as the baseball coach.
We've learned from him how to be a consistent leader every day. We show up to practice or the field and we know what to expect from him. He's very good at relaying the message from the top down to all the guys.
We came in our freshman year, we had a lot of leadership from our coach and from our upperclassmen, so we got to see a lot of that growing up, and I think we both kind of took advantage of that and really took that in.
Coach Giaquinto can be considered a local legend for winning a Super Bowl ring with the Redskins in the 1980s, but has spent the last 26 years in the heart of it all at Sacred Heart University, right down the road from where his college career started. Reporting in Bridgeport, Vinny Ebenu, SHU News.